Hello and welcome to the Let's Talk Football channel. Today is an England review and preview, so I'll let Ethan go through exactly what we're going to be talking about today.
Right, in the England review / preview show, we're going to be reviewing the Albania game, which we won 2-0, then the play ratings of that game, and then the preferred lineups for Poland, and the score prediction for that game against Poland.
Yeah, okay. So that is pretty much nearly all the stuff we'll be talking about today. But we'll get straight in there with the review of Albania 0, England 2, which took place on Sunday night. England with a 2-0 win. Kane and Mount with the goals. What did you think of that one to start off with?
I think from the San Marino game, we needed to show we can put the ball in the back of the net against a good quality side like Albania, because they are a good quality side. They got a few decent players.
Yeah.
Good win for England. Needed the win, obviously, for the World Cup qualifiers. Good 2-0 performance with a clean sheet.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was interesting because looking at it, if you look at some of the main things from England, because I did a little bit of note taking throughout the game for key bits and how we did. So, it was interesting. 2 good goals, but I mean, you had 22 minutes in, you had that free kick with Harry Kane, and we then ended up giving a free kick from our own free kick. She's a bit Harry Kane hitting it straight at the wall. Poor distribution though from Pope throughout the majority of the game, which he does need to sort that, because he's good at shot stopping, but if he's going to give the ball every time he does a goal kick, he's not going to be played in the big games. He needs to work on that. Let's not forget, 28 minutes in, we actually gave the ball away in the middle. I think it was with Mount, and they were through on goal, but luckily Pope reacted quickly, managed to get the ball before anything could happen, and then obviously had Kane's goal, which was, by the way, a brilliant cross from Luke Shaw 38 minutes in. That cross from Luke Shaw for Kane was brilliant, exactly why he should be starting. And then you also had, a few minutes later, about 3 minutes after that, you had a brilliant cross from Sterling and Kane at the bar, at the back post, if you remember.
Should have scored, though.
I think it was unlucky, I'd say. But I know what you mean. And then you also had the 150, just past 50 minutes in, Sterling passes it across to Foden. Foden hits it first time. The keeper tips it onto the post. I don't know if you remember that one, but that was close from Foden. Decent effort. You had there was a corner 55 minutes in. Kane hit it over the bar from about 3-4 yards out. He struck it a bit too quickly. He put his foot underneath it. Even after that, 62 minutes in, England win possession from a mistake by Albania. Ball from Kane to Mount, and Mount obviously scored that one in the 6-yard box. You also had 5-6 minutes after that, you had that terrible free kick, Mount, where he tried to dip it to Sterling. Yeah. Sterling didn't move, did he? Then you had Phillips coming off about 70 minutes in, who had been poor really overall, and Ward-Prowse came on, who had a decent performance. And then the last thing I got down here from key thing was brilliant cross from Ward-Prowse and a flick on from Harry Kane, but Sterling had a terrible miss kick from about 3 yards out. But there you go. Right, so now we'll go into the play ratings then. We might as well. One last thing I will say about that game is it wasn't the most attractive play, but we got the job done. But anyway, we'll go to play ratings then. And we'll start with you, Ethan. What are your play ratings, starting off with Pope?
Pope got a clean sheet. That's actually his 6th clean sheet in all of his 6 caps, actually. So, fair play to Nick Pope. But I'm going to give him the benefit of doubt. The poor surface at the stadium, but yeah, he needs to improve on his kicking.
Yeah.
It was poor.
It was. England actually, Southgate actually requested if on the day of the game that the pitch the pitch got cut, ready for the match. He requested that, and Albania refused to mow the pitch. So, yeah.
Yeah. So right back is Carl Walker. He got forward early on, and as the game developed on, he was increasingly attacking in the second. So I think there was one situation where he tried to do a back heel.
Yes, he did, and he messed it up.
Got a yellow card. I was like, what? But I'll give him a 6. John Stones, good threat from set pieces, to be honest with you. With Maguire, but his passing wasn't consistent when he tried to switch the play. It was a bit dodgy, so I'll give him a 6. Maguire wasn't really troubled, really. And he never lost the ball, so much better improvement from Maguire. Give him a 6, though. Luke Shaw. Great performance from Luke Shaw. First cap since 2018, September, actually. He provided a brilliant cross for Kane's opening goal, and Kane needed that goal, and he got the assist for it, so I'll give him a 7. Calvin Phillips, he pressed a lot of pressing, but does the CDM press? No, I don't think he does. Does need to. He usually, I think he needs to get on the ball more and move it about forward and sideways as well. And I think his performance, like you said, was quite poor, and that's why Gareth Southgate subbed on Ward-Prowse. So I'll give Calvin Phillips a 5. Declan Rice, I thought that was a really good performance. He won a lot of tackles, actually. Kept the ball moving quickly after winning possession, deep lying, but he was always positive, which was nice. Most CDMs aren't positive, they normally just pass it around, but he always tries to get it forward. That's what I like about Declan Rice. Really good player. I'll give him a 7. Next, Phil Foden. He didn't have the best game, but he actually hit the post. His set piece could be a real threat, but someone couldn't be asked to run. Raheem Sterling. He needs focus. Raheem Sterling.
There's a miscommunication because Sterling's is looked at Mount as if to say, I had no clue that was going to happen. So they've got it. I mean, stuff like that, you've got to know the drill before the game. Otherwise,
exactly.
If you're going to be clever about it, but you've not spoke to each other about it, it's never going to work, is it? So that's about communicating before the game, if anything, from both of them.
Yeah. I'll give Foden a 6. Next up, Mason Mount. Good goal, very good goal. Nice finesse into the bottom right corner. Very nice goal. He did give the ball away a few times though. And Albania had a chance
Yeah, through his giveaway.
But he was rewarded with the goal in the second half after growing into the game. Very good performance from Mount, and I think how things are looking, I think he will be in that starting 11 for the Wolves. Next up, I'll give Mount a 7. Raheem Sterling, eased his way in the game. I thought it was poor, really, though. Even though he did create the chance for Mount's goal, I thought he was still poor. He's lost it, really, hasn't he? To be honest with you.
Yeah, I mean, he hasn't been starting regularly for Man City before that international break.
I'll give Sterling a 6. I don't think he played that good. You might disagree with me, but... next up, though, Harry Kane. Very good performance from a world-class striker. And this is what you get from a world-class striker. But what he did, he actually had a 6-game drought without a goal. So that's surprising for England. Played really well, though. Header, obviously. Really good header. And he could have scored a second. But very unlucky not to score, though. Hit the bar, actually. So he could have had more than one goal. So I'll give Harry Kane an 8.
Yeah, moving on to the subs then. So that's Lingard and Ward-Prowse. The only 2 subs.
Lingard, I thought when he... I'll sum it up in between them. When they both came on, it looked very positive. They were positive changes. And you could see the direct of play, how positive they were. If you get me. So I'm going to give Lingard a 6 and Ward-Prowse a 6 as well.
Alright, fair enough then. So moving on to mine, I'd say starting off with Nick Pope. He didn't get really tested in terms of having to save anything. And then he couldn't even do basic kicking right. So I've always said I'd want him as the number 1. But considering he didn't really have to save anything, and he actually created them chances by giving it away so much, I'd have to give him a 4. It's not good enough. If you want to be an England number 1, you've got to be able to take a goal kick properly. That's just got to be there.
Your distribution has got to be top notch.
Well, at least better than that, than what he's at right now. Even if it's average, it's just... Luke Shaw, he was really good. Great assist for Kane's goal. Just a really nice, just really nice whipping to set Kane up. And he had a really good game. He showed exactly why, in my opinion, he should be starting over Chilwell for England. So, if you look at what he's been doing at United, if he can implement that into his England game, I think we've got a quality left back there for the Euros, and he displayed some good quality against Albania. So I'll give him, for an assist as well, I'll give him a 7. Oh, he's solid. Kyle Walker, I thought he was decent. He was all right. He didn't do too much, to be honest, but he wasn't bad. He wasn't as present in the game as you'd normally expect Kyle Walker to be. Usually Kyle Walker, you'll see a few instances where he'll just take it round somebody with his pace, or up the wing or something. It wasn't like that as much. I'll give him a 6. He was all right though. Stones, thought he was decent. I think Maguire and Stones can't start together though in the Euros because there's too much of a lack of pace when they both start. Hence why Albania were able to break through a couple of times on the counter-attack. Not because ability-wise they're poor, but because they can't keep up with the pace. So I think one should start and it should be somebody else as the other centre back. But just because both of them together creates a lack of pace. But I thought they were both decent. I'll give them both a 6. Calvin Phillips, we'll start with him. I thought he was poor, to be honest. He didn't really do much. He gave away the ball a couple of times, not major giveaways, but I don't know why we've been playing him. He's not shown anything to me that warrants him a start, so I'm going to give him a 5. Declan Rice, proper solid performance, pushing forward, some good bits of passing, a couple of good tackles as well, to be fair, just solid performance. I'll give him a 7. Mount, he was good. The goal, it was a nice finish. He did well overall. I'll give him a 7. Foden wasn't as present as you may be expecting to, but I still think keep playing him and the quality will shine through. But I thought he was all right. Still give him a 6. Kane, solid. He's a world class striker. Good finish with the header. Unlucky not to get another one, really. Solid performance, give him a 7. Raheem Sterling, he was poor for me. He was really poor, to be honest, because he didn't do anything. He was poor inside the box with a couple of missed kicks. When he does play, he seems to be, when he gets inside the box, he goes greedy and goes for the shot, and it's like, well, if you're going to be greedy, you've got to be able to finish, and he can't do that either. You said you gave him a 6. You might disagree with me. I agree with you that he's poor. The thing that I disagree on is I think he should get even lower. I'm going to give him a 4. I think it's just poor. It's not good enough. Not good enough going forward. You've got Sterling starting, a player that it felt him from about 3 yards out, and he hit the ball. He didn't even make a connection with it. I'm sorry, it's just not good enough. It's ridiculous. So he needs to sort himself out for the Euros, but I'll give him a 4. Jesse Lingard as a sub, positive, creating new energy, trying to create chances, looked really positive. You saw glimpses of what he gave against San Marino when he came on. I think if he'd had more time, he could have done even more. I'll give him a 6. Ward-Prowse, very good. I thought he brought more than Lingard did when he came on. He just seemed to be more involved. And you can really see him trying to ping those creative balls forward and really trying to make himself a big impact when it comes on to show Southgate that he should be in that Euro side. So I thought he was solid. I'll give him a 7. You can't really give him higher than a 7 when they're coming on as a sub. So
no, you can't.
I'll go with that then anyway. So then now we move on to preferred lineups for Poland. That's our next game. Do you know if that's home or away?
I think it's home.
Okay. So it's Poland. Now, if you didn't know, guys, Lewandowski's out for that one. So Poland's main threat is out for that game. I've also seen today that Poland have had even more issues because they've now got 4 players out with COVID. Because they did a COVID testing yesterday or the other day. They got another 2 positive results. They already had 2 players the other week go out with COVID, and they've now got another 2. So they've lost 4 players because of COVID. So they're out, and then now they haven't even got Lewandowski either. So they're going through a lot. Really, England have got to capitalise on that and give it everything and try and get a high scoring game if they can. Really put it to bed early. Right, but before we go to score predictions, obviously we'll go with preferred lineups first. So, Ethan, your preferred lineup for this game then?
So starting in goal, I think we should give for our last qualifiers game. I think we should give Pope a go again.
Right.
And then right back. I'd like to see Reece James play. I want to see how he does against Poland.
Mm-hmm.
2 centre backs. Who have we got on centre back again?
So there's Maguire, there's Stones, there's Cody. Obviously there was and there's Tyrone Mings, but that's it for like defensive. Really.
I'm gonna go with John Stones and Connor Cody. It's centre backs. Then left back Luke Shaw. Then I'm gonna go 3 midfield. Of Declan Rice, Mason Mount, and Ward-Prowse.
Mm-hmm.
And left wing, I want to see Foden.
Yeah.
Then right wing, I don't think we've seen Saka play at all, have we?
Well,
no, we haven't, have we?
He's been sent back. That's why. Because because he's got some sort of injury.
Okay.
So he's been sent back early.
Right wingers are there? Just trying to think. I'd like to see him up top though, Harry Kane. Yeah. I'll just get that out of the way first.
It's just right winger then now.
Yeah, I know. I'm just trying to think who the bloody hell the right wingers. Because whoever they are, they're bloody injured and have gone. Like Rashford, for example, gone. Sancho's not in it. Yeah. Man, I don't know. I can't think.
I think Ethan's trying to sort of... I don't know if Ethan's trying to recreate like a 1 minute silence or something, but even if he was, it's been going on for about 5 minutes now.
Oh, shut up. Oh, sorry. We'll go Sterling left wing, then Foden right wing.
Oh, my...
There you go.
Okay. All right, then. My preferred lineup then. So in goal I'd have Dean Henderson for last game. Left back Shaw, right back Kyle Walker, then 2 centre backs, Stones and Cody. I'd then have 3 in midfield, which would be my 3 in midfield would be Declan Rice, Ward-Prowse, and Jesse Lingard. And then my forward 3 would be Foden, Kane, and Mason Mount. I'd have Foden on the right, Mount on the left, Kane up top, and then just for that midfield, I'd start Prowse and Lingard, but I'd have Rice there as well because Rice did well last time. Well, that's the lineup I would go with anyway. So moving on. Right, so now we go on to the score prediction for Poland. So, Ethan, what do you think the score will be?
I think it's going to be a tight game. This is going to be the hardest game of the 3, to be honest with you. I think it's going to be a 3-1 win to England.
Fair enough. So, for me... this is meant to be the toughest game out of this international break. And I firmly agreed with that until we saw Lewandowski go out. And now I'm thinking, before I was thinking we still need to win comfortably, even with Lewandowski. And now I'm thinking, he's out the picture, we have really got mates. There would be no excuse if we lost. No excuse whatsoever. Because every single one of our players is better than theirs. If you matched up our player, each position we have to their positions, our players will come out on top on paper, and therefore we should get the job done comfortably. But realistically, we should have got the job done comfortably against Albania, and we didn't really. And for that, I'm going to say that against Poland, we'll win 2-1. I'm going to say. I reckon they will get a goal, but we'll win 2-1. So that is everything for the England review and preview. But we did also want to just put this bit in there because it's come out today. We don't exactly, just before we get into it, because I don't want to say something that potentially isn't true, but it's not been said what the cause of his passing is, but Claude from AFTV has passed away. Robbie from AFTV got informed about it last night at 9:00. And it's come out today for the public what's happened. We don't know why or what the cause of it is, should I say. But we just wanted to say, like, both of us, like, what a guy Robbie was. Some of the, you know, to put a positive light on it, some of the funny moments he gave us, honestly, and what a guy he was. Like, you know, he was a genuine, passionate, dedicated Arsenal fan. And for that, you can only respect him. And, you know, rest in peace, obviously, to him. And hopefully his family are doing okay at this time. But with this being a football podcast and with Robbie being such a big figure, really, in the media to do with football, for what he had with YouTube, you know, we just felt like we got to pay our respects to Claude. So may he rest in peace. Do you want to add anything to that, Ethan?
Yeah, he was a really good, actual person to actually watch, and he's talked about his mental health before as well, hasn't he?
Yeah,
a few years back. But honestly, even though we're Stoke fans and we don't like Arsenal,
yeah, it doesn't matter, does it? When it's something like that,
it doesn't matter. It does not matter. He was a genuine guy who just made everyone laugh.
Yeah.
With the iconic quotes, "It's time to go."
Honestly, the moments he gave were unbelievable, and I don't think I've ever laughed so much. Of like the person that's made me laugh. He was probably the person that made me laugh the most in football. Just the way he was, the way he'd go about things. He was just. Sometimes it was just like watching stand-up comedy, and he wasn't even trying to be like that. But and obviously as well, just generally, you know, a good guy. You know, never deliberately put a foot wrong. And I just think, it's obviously a shame what's happened. Obviously, he's had a lot of mental health issues. He did also have a lot of general health issues near the end, because I know Robbie went through that. But a great guy. He'll always be remembered for the. This is a thing. None of us even know him personally, but everybody's been saying he'll always be remembered for the moments he gave us online.
Yeah, exactly.
So may you rest in peace, and honestly, our hearts go out to his family members that I'm sure have been deeply affected by this. So hopefully they'll be okay, and rest in peace, Claude. And I think that obviously don't want to go into it like in too much depth since we don't know what's the cause or what, we didn't know him personally, but we just thought we should put that in there since we watched him a lot and he was a massive influence especially on YouTube to do with football.
Yeah.
And one final thing I will say about him is, like Robbie said, the reason a lot of time he'd be down is because he cared that much about his football club. One of the main things that he hated recently, Robbie mentioned it, is that he couldn't go and see his football club. He was desperate to go to games again, watch his football club in person. Even though Arsenal have been so bad, he was desperate to go and see his football club again. He would be down because he loved Arsenal that much. And you can only rate that. As a football fan ourselves, you can only rate it when you see somebody care about a football club that much. And I think Arsenal should do something in respect to club because he had a massive influence. He did. He did have a massive influence, and he was a very popular Arsenal fan online, and he cared so much about the football club and was so desperate to get in the stadium and watch the games again. I do think they should do something. In my opinion, I think it'd be a nice gesture to maybe have all the Arsenal players for one game wear Claude on the back of the shirt with maybe his age as the number, if they would be allowed to do that. Just something though. Does it have to be major? But they should do something. And I don't just mean like a post on social media. I mean they should actually do something at the game. I think that's the respectful way to go about that. But hopefully Arsenal will do some sort of gesture. But we just thought we'd put that in there anyway. Just finish that off by saying, rest in peace, Claude. But that is not to end it on a down note. I'd say it wasn't to end it on a down note. It was just to end this podcast by paying our respects to somebody who was greatly loved online. But that is where this show sort of finishes for today. Moving on, sort of back to football. Our next video is going to be on reviewing Poland. So that'll expect that. Well, the game's on Wednesday, so you should probably get 2 videos on Thursday or Friday. It could go on either day. Yeah. I know we'll try and record on Thursday. Because obviously we've not just got to review Poland, we've also, guys, as you guys probably know, Stoke play on Friday. So there'll be a preview show for Stoke again as well, the first one in over a week or so, nearly 2 weeks. So since that's back on Friday. So that's to come anyway. So a couple more videos to come. But that is it for today's podcast. As I always say, I don't know, it's probably starting annoying people when I say it so much, but I always like to say it because it's true that, we hope you enjoyed listening to it because we always enjoy doing these. It's something we enjoy doing it. We are really enjoying it. So hopefully you did enjoy listening to it. If you did enjoy listening to it, then please like and subscribe. Hit that bell as well if you can, so that it's easier to find out when we upload videos, because we don't really we don't have a regular upload schedule, do we? Because it's affected by when the games are, which can change time to time. So it's best if you can just have that bell on so that you know when we upload. If you've got any ideas, suggestions, thoughts, leave it in the comment section below. I've really enjoyed doing this. I'm sure Ethan has as well. Is there anything you want to add, Ethan, before we go?
I'll just make it short and sweet. Huge appreciation for all the support. Like and subscribe, and R.I.P. Claude.
Yeah, may you rest in peace. Right. We'll see you in the next one, guys.
Alright, in a bit.
FTV Claude, I'm going to ask you the same question that I asked.
It's time to go!